So this controls the plane. So if you have your hands on it, left goes to the left, right goes to the right. If you pull back, what happens?
Takes off.
Yeah, it does. And if you go down?
Descends.
Well done. Exactly right. Now, there are some foot pedals down the bottom there. I'm going to take care of them for us today. They're called rudder pedals. They're attached to the nose wheel at the front, and it just moves the wheel left and right. So when we're on the ground, I'm going to steer using those pedals, and as soon as you take off, I'll take my feet off and I won't be using them again. Sound good? Cool. Up here, do you know what this thing is?
Yeah.
What is it?
Landing gear.
Very impressive. That's it. They're the wheels, right? Under the belly. So after takeoff, can you reach this? Not quite. Yeah, I'll help you. But after takeoff, we're going to reach over and get this out, and then all the way up, and you'll hear the wheels come up. Over here, this one's an auto brake. Do you know what an auto brake does?
No.
No, it brakes for us automatically. It's a good name for it, right? So these are just brakes on our wheels that we're going to use when we're coming into land to help us stop.
When planes are landing, there's this thing you turn and pull up and turn.
You pull up, you don't turn, and yes, you're exactly right. We're almost there. I'm going to explain these two screens to you first, okay? Because this is how we fly the plane using these screens. We don't actually look out our windows, so it doesn't really matter if you are in a storm or whether it's a beautiful day, because this is what's happening to the plane here.
Yeah.
So the blue is sky, the brown is ground. That dot though, that's the nose of the plane. That's you, Ishan.
Yeah.
So what's happening with that is what's happening with the plane. That's what we're going to focus on,
Yeah.
okay? And we're going to hold it on these lines throughout the flight. Now on this side it measures your speed, and on this side it measures your height. Make sense? Cool. Have you ever been lucky enough to use, probably a little bit too young, you haven't used it like Google Maps or any kind of navigation thing?
Oh no, we have a flight tracker app.
Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, so this works similar to that in the fact that it just tells us where we are. So you can use that flight tracker to say, oh, there's that plane. This is where you are here. All right, and you're always going to point straight up, and then everything else revolves around you. This is all going to move around you. Sounds good? Awesome. Okay. In here, though, this is what controls the engines. This is where the noises and the fun. So if I move the engines up like this, moving them back here, see how the engines fire up? You can hear it as well. That's how you control the engine. So can you put your hands on this, Captain Ishan? Can you pull it towards the back of the plane, the other way? Just come to a complete stop. That's it. Nice. And see how it slowly comes back? It's on a bit of a delay. Well done, Captain Ishan. Now just above it, so you'll have to do that when you come into land, and then when your wheels hit the ground, you're going to have to lift these two all the way up. I think that might be what you're talking about. It's called reverse thrust. Have you ever heard of reverse thrust?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably testing you a bit too much. Do you know what it helps you do?
It helps you slow down the plane.
Very impressive, exactly right. So, Captain, can you lift these ones back now just so you have a feeling? Because that's what you're going to have to do when you come into land. Recognize that sound?
Yeah.
Best sound in the world. That one means you can go on your holiday. Go and bring it back down. That's it. And you can hear that it fires the engines up just like on takeoff, but it actually pushes the air the other way. It pushes it forwards to help slow you down. All right. The only other thing I'll talk about, or two other things I'll talk about, is speed brake. Have you been lucky enough to have the window seat as a passenger?
Yeah.
Have you ever looked out on top of the wing, and then as soon as your wheels hit the ground, all these panels all pop up at the same time?
Yeah.
That's what this is. It helps slow you down as well. So what we do is we do something called arming it during the flight. You'll get a little light like that. I'll help you with it though. So now when your wheels hit the ground, that automatically comes all the way back, and it's one less thing that you're going to have to worry about, which is nice. So the only thing you have to worry about to help slow you down is bring that reverse thrust up. Make sense? All right, these wheels are going to be spinning throughout the flight. I'm going to control it with my thumb over here. It just keeps the plane in balance. But I'm going to take care of that one for you today, so you don't have to stress about it. On this side, though, have you ever heard of flaps before?
Yeah.
This is testing you too much, surely. What do flaps help you do?
They help you. They help you land and take off.
I'm so impressed, Ishan. Exactly right. So we keep them
Once
in...
I heard of a plane take off without flaps extended.
Yeah. I mean, if you have a long enough runway, then that's okay. These are the ones that come off the back of the wing, right? And what they let you fly at a slower speed, which means that you don't need quite as much runway because you reach that speed faster and then you can take off. That makes sense a little bit. But this is technically, Ishan, your first officer's job, so I'm going to take care of it for you today. But if you want to have a go of it at any point, you're more than welcome to, okay? This one here, though, if you've ever seen your mum and dad use a handbrake in a car, or just, do you know what a brake is?
Yeah.
This is a brake. Push, it goes off, pull, it comes on. Make sense?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, and that's all the basic controls of a 737. That easy, right?
Yeah.
I know I overload you a bit, but it all becomes more obvious when you see it in action. So what we're going to do is get ourselves nice and ready for a takeoff. First thing we want to do is be nice and visible. Okay, so we want to turn all of our lights on. Can you reach up and bring these 4 down? 1, 2, 3, 4. Well done. I'm going to bring our strobe light on. They're the flashing lights you might see on the wings.
Yeah.
And then can you just bring this weird looking switch here? Just bring it to the right to TARA. Well done. That's it. Perfect. So doing that means you're popped up on what radar screens, if you've heard of radar. So you're visible on radar and you've turned all the lights on so everyone can see us. The only thing left to do is let your flight crew, your mum and dad, know that they have to take their seats and buckle up because we're about to take off. So do you reckon you can reach this button? I can help you otherwise. This one here. That's it.
Is that the seatbelt sign?
No, so that's the attend button. So that's the one you push if you...
I hear that a lot.
Yeah, so if you want the flight attendants, if you want to tell them something, you push that one. If you want them sitting down behaving themselves, though, you need to bring this one down. So if you can reach up and bring that one down, and then I'll help you out back into the seat.
I can.
No, that's right. I'll bring it. Just, yeah, like that.
I could touch it, I could touch it.
Yeah, so go bring it down, because they need to behave themselves. There you go. You recognise that sound?
Yeah.
All right, big jump back up. Feet back up on the little flat bit there. That's it. Okay, so now we're ready for a takeoff.
Yeah.
What we're going to do is we're going to push on that parking brake to turn it off. That's it. Well done. Okay, now when you're ready, we're going to go full power. So just bring it all the way forwards with both of them. That's it. Nice. And that's setting full takeoff power. And now I'm going to steer with my feet, Ishan, and all we're doing is waiting to get enough speed that we can take off safely. So when I say rotate, you're going to pull back towards you. Sound good? Okay. Now just before I say rotate, you're going to hear the cockpit say V1, and that's going to be your signal to start pulling back. All right, game face, Captain. V1, rotate. So pull towards you, and we're flying. Very nice. See this nose here? Let go when it gets here. Let go now. Just hands up, and let's get the landing gear up. So can you reach over and get this up? Oh, nice, Ishan. I'll do that for you from now on. Sorry, mate. Bring the pedals back up here. Bring your feet back up there so you can control it. And how's that? You comfortable?
Yeah.
Nice, man. So look here. We're climbing up, but we're not speeding up very much. We want to do both now. So can you, if you push forward and make the nose go down, go for it. Make the nose come down to about here. Very nice. And if you can keep it there, look at that. Now we're speeding up and we're climbing up at the same time. Very impressive. Very nice. All right, Captain, I'm going to set your speed of 230. Can you hit that speed button?
Yeah.
Just push that button and you'll be telling it,
This?
the one next to it, yeah. So you're telling it to just maintain whatever speed you have in there. Now, did you hear that noise?
Yeah.
It means we want to stop our takeoff. So can you push forward again and make it so you can see the horizon outside? So keep pushing, Ishan, until you can see outside.
I can't see now.
You can see, so stop pushing. Very nice. And that's a perfect takeoff. Captain Ishan, how was that? Well done. All right, we need to turn around. We need to go back and find that runway. So, yep, right or left. Right is perfect, so let's go to the right. And just turn, so not too much of a turn because you don't want your passengers feeling sick. That's pretty good there, isn't it? So can you still see everything outside?
Yeah.
Nice. Now, we don't actually fly looking outside. You can do, though. Absolutely. If you want to fly looking outside, you can. But, Ishan, we use these screens in front of us here. So can you see how this number's going down?
Yeah.
That means we're descending just a little bit. So can you pull towards you and get this dot up at the up at this line here? That's it. That's enough. That's enough. And look at that. You've stopped us. Now we're no longer. We're not taking up. We're not going down anymore. Now we're going up, aren't we? Maybe we could turn right just a little bit more. Just a little bit. That's it. And can you see this triangle? That's exactly the perfect spot for it. So you can let go now. And Ishan, see how we're going up? That number's going up now.
Yeah.
Now you need to push to make it stop going up. So if it's going up, you push down, and if it's going down, you push up. So keep pushing until it gets to this line here. That's perfect. That's enough. Nice. And look at that. Stopped moving. Well done, Captain. All right, we want to stop turning now. So we're in this turn to the right. In order to stop the turn, we're going to do a nice turn to the left. So looking in here, we're going to get this triangle lined up with that triangle. So turn left now. That's it. Stop there. Perfect. And Captain, welcome to New York. So you can see how you have your wings level there. This number's not going up too much. And if you look out or if you give it a push, you'll be able to see the airport you just took off from. So Ishan, if you look out my window, can you see the airport you took off from?
Yeah.
Well done. So you took off that way, did a nice big turn around to the right here. We're going to go up close to where the Statue of Liberty is and the New York skyline.
Or is it where those statues are?
Where all those buildings are there, it's just to the left of them. So we're pretty much heading straight for the Statue of Liberty, but we'll be able to see the Hudson River. Now, have you ever heard of...
Yeah, I know.
I thought you might have.
I know a plane crashed in.
Can you remember the name of the captain? Starts with an S.
Nah.
That's okay. His name's Captain Sully. I reckon there's a movie that you might like that's just came out last year.
It before.
Did you? Yeah, it's really interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
So this bit of water that's in front of you now, that's where he had to land, and he was at this height that you're at right now. So it was a bit crazy. Fortunately, we haven't lost our engines, which is a much nicer thing. Okay, so Captain Ishan, we should probably start thinking about our first landing. So our first landing is going to be what pilots call a touch and go. It means it's how they learn how to fly. It means you're not actually going to stop. You're going to plant the wheels on the ground. You're going to set yourself full takeoff power like you did the first time. And you're just going to wait until we get enough speed that we can take off, and then you'll pull towards you, and we're just going to do it all over again. But depending on how hard it is, we might make it a night flight or something like that. Sound like a good plan?
Yeah.
Okay, so that means we don't have to arm our brakes because we're not going to stop on the runway. But what we can do is make this landing easier by slowing down. So do you remember how you said we use flaps for landing?
Yeah.
That's because it means we can fly at a slower speed.
Yeah.
So if you if you reach over and do your first officer's job, so lift it up. Yep, lift up. Perfect, and drop it there. Now you're capable of flying at a slower speed. So you can use this thing here to bring it to 190 to the left, that way. That's it, big wax, so it says 190. And you're telling the auto throttle to slow down to 190 knots. Very nice, Captain Ishan. Perfect.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. See how the throttle's coming, see how the power levers are coming back?
Yeah.
See the speed on the left there coming down? You did that. Nice job, Captain. We could probably go a little bit slower.
Yeah.
So you can actually, if you push now, you'll be able to see the Statue of Liberty while I slow us down a little bit. So I'm just slowing us down to 170 knots. And what we'll do, can you see the little tiny island
Yeah.
by itself? That's where the Statue of Liberty is. So
You know where the grey part is?
yeah, that's so just to the left of the center of that little island, that's the Statue of Liberty. But we don't want to get too close because then they might start panicking. So let's turn around to the right and try and find a runway to land on. Does that sound good? Now, Ishan, is this comfortable, or do you reckon it'll be easier to stand?
It'll be easier.
Easier to stand? I think so too. I'm just going to let you out just a little bit and then have a stand up here. And then can we turn to the right and go over that way? That's it. Is that easier for you?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you have both options if you need them. So we're going to head straight over the city here and then go and try and find a runway. So keep turning. Nice and smooth though, that's perfect. Keep turning that way. That's it. That's enough. That's nice. So we'll go straight over the city here and then hopefully find a runway soon. So can you, now that you're standing, you can reach this, can't you? So these are the wheels. Lift it out and then down. Perfect. They'll be red when they're coming out. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
And when they're green, that means they're locked and it's safe to land. So that's what we're waiting for now. So while we wait, they're perfect. Let's get our lights on, Captain. So down, down, and then, yep.
All four?
These ones down. That's it. And then 3, 2, 1. Down. Yep. 3. Yep, down. 2, 1. Nice, Captain. Okay. Looking in here, can you see this white dotted line here?
Yeah.
That is that's the center line of the runway that's come out here. Do you want to sit or stand?
Sit.
Sure. So big jump up. Oh, this has come undone. Do you mind just it's a Velcro thing. Thanks, man. Okay, so can you reach this and just turn right a little bit more? We're going to line up with that center line of the runway there. So see that little tail? This thing, we're going to put those two together. So keep turning right until they're together. That's it, perfect. Stop there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's where you're going to be in 10 seconds time. So what you've done there is absolutely perfect. Thanks, man. So I'm just going to get you in again. There you go. And what you're going to have to do in a second is start a left turn to keep this bit on the white dotted line here. So can you turn left, get this bit here, and stop there for a second, just being patient. And then now a little bit more. And when this is at your like straight up and down, it means that we're perfectly in line with the runway. These triangles together, and perfect. If you give it a little bit of a push, you will see that you have perfectly lined yourself up with the runway outside. Now it's possible that you're a little bit too short here, so we might go back to the standing option. There we go, Ishan. We might be too far away, but can you see right out in between the buildings there a green paddock?
Yeah.
Yep, there's a runway right in between there. So they're the two terminals on the left and right. So can you just turn it to the left just a little bit? That's it. A little bit more. And what I want is I'll let you know when you're perfectly in line with the runway, and you will find a spot on this bit here and keep the runway there. Okay, so at the moment you are going straight to the runway. So if you turn to the right a little bit, turn right. Just a little bit. That's it. And it's perfect. Keep the runway where it is. So find where it is here and see the grey strip out there. Keep it there. So if that runway is to the left of that spot, turn left. If the runway is to the right of that spot, turn right. Does that make sense? Nice, man. So you're doing really, really well. It's looking perfect, in fact. And do you feel like that runway might be moving up in the window, down in the window? Looking at the runway, is it moving down in the window?
I can't.
No, that's okay. Looking now, can you see how it's moving down?
Yeah.
A little bit. Just give it a push forward to stop that from happening. That's it, keep pushing. Looking outside, look what you've done. And now you've got it in the right spot. If it's moving up in the window, then you have to pull towards you. Is that making sense? Ishan, looking very, very nice. That's perfect. Okay, so you're going to hear some heights above the ground, Captain. You'll hear 1,000, and then you'll hear 500, 400, 300, 200, 100. When you hear 200, you're going to push these buttons in with your thumb and pinky, okay?
Okay.
Push those ones in, and it will turn off your auto throttle. And then when I tell you, you're going to bring the power down in one smooth motion. Does that sound good? So you're still steering, so you need one hand on this. That's it. Looking outside, I feel like that runway is moving up in the window just a little bit. So if you pull towards you, that's it. Keep pulling. That's it. Looking outside, that's looking a bit better, isn't it? Awesome. Now is it moving down in the window? So it means you have to push. So all little movements like that is exactly what you need. Okay, listening for 200, and then you're going to push these buttons in, Captain. Push these buttons in. Yep, just these two here. Or do you push this one? I'll push this one. Just push that one in. That's it. Nicely done. Looking outside, just turn to the left just a tiny bit, like the other way. Yep, and line yourself up with this. You're lining it up really well. Bring the power down in one smooth motion.
Approaching minimums.
That's it.
40, 30, 20.
On the runway, first ever attempt, Captain Ishan. Congratulations, well done. Can you reach over, go full power with your right hand? That's it, both hands on this. And pull towards you, rotate, Captain. And that is the perfect takeoff. Congratulations, looking outside, keep pulling back to the nose comes off the ground. There we go. Get the dot up to this line here. Congratulations, Ishan, very impressive. All right, let go now and bring the landing gear out and up. Very impressive. How was that, man? Did it make sense?
Yeah.
I think you did really, really nicely. Your passengers didn't complain. I don't think they even felt it. Very impressive. Yep. So you want to bring the seatbelt sign down, make sure they're behaving themselves. Maybe look at them, make sure they're behaving themselves. Yeah, that's right. Okay, I'm going to set your speed again for you, Captain.
Is that the telephone?
No. So that is attached to the flat part of the plane. The tail, the flat part of the tail. Oh, you hear that noise?
Yeah.
Means you have to push forward. Make it so you can see the horizon outside. Keep pushing. That's it. Yeah, give it some. Nice. That's enough. Perfect. And now we've leveled off. And that's your second takeoff, Captain.
When I was flying on one plane, I stopped in the middle of the sky.
Did you? Yeah, that sounds less realistic than we're not allowed to stop in the sky. So let's do a left turn this time because you did a right turn last time.
Yeah.
Sound good? All right, turn to the left and let's go back behind that runway. Captain, that's enough, Ishan? Just because otherwise the passengers all start throwing up in the back. We don't want that, do we? Okay, Ishan.
Once I saw a plane flying upside down.
Oh, was that? Yeah, there's they're called acrobatic planes can do that. Really, these things can do that too if we wanted them to. I don't think the passengers would appreciate it very much if we ended up going upside down. What do you reckon? You might. I reckon you seem like the sort of
Yeah,
person that would
be
like
fun.
that.
That would be
But I don't know if everyone would have as much fun as you would, Ishan. Okay, so what we're going to do is when see this purple line here?
Yeah.
That's when that is up the top here. That's when we want to stop turning. So we're just being patient, just being waiting, and then you're going to turn to the right. Yeah, you've got the right instincts, and you're trying to time it so those two triangles end up together when that's up and down. So stop there for a second. See how it moves nice and slowly now. So you're waiting, and then you're going to keep turning right when this gets a little bit closer, and that's how an airline pilot would do it. So turn this way a little bit more and stop there. Now it's moving even slower. So it's all little movements like that. And I think, what do you reckon? Should we keep the chair like this? Because then you can still reach it, but you can stand up if you need to. Does that make sense? Yeah. Cool. There's the airport again, Captain. That's what we're going to come and land in one last time. So you can turn right this time and get those two triangles together. You're doing the right thing. Perfect. Nailed it. Well done, Captain. Welcome back to New York, everybody. Okay, so it's up to you. Now that we're going flat for a little bit, do you want to let your passengers have a bit of a party, or do you want to let that? Yeah, go on. Let them stand up. That's very generous of you, Captain. And then if you want some food or a drink, I don't think the service at Flight Experience is terrible. I've never got anything, but you can push this button and let's see if we get any flight attendants coming in. Nah, nothing happening, Ishan.
But it is
Service is terrible.
No.
Yeah, in an actual plane, the flight attendants would come and find out what you need. Yeah. Unfortunately, here, the budget airline Flight Experience, we don't get the flight attendants coming.
Yeah.
Okay, Ishan.
Yeah.
So even though it's a beautiful sunny day outside, I got you looking inside and got you lining this up with that. What I can do, if you're interested, is maybe make it nighttime outside, just to show you the difference and why. So at the moment, you can see. Can you see the sky, the water, the ground, the horizon? All of that stuff is a lot harder to see at nighttime. So what we're going to do is change it over now. So the screen's going to go blank just for a second, and then when it comes back, it'll be nighttime. So I'm going to turn the lights down a little bit here, and then, Captain, we should think about our landing, because this one we're going to stop. It's going to be like a normal landing, so we need to arm some brakes. There you go. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, do you want to do that? Do you want a snowstorm as well, Captain?
Yeah.
All right, there you go. That's a snowstorm. Okay, it's definitely going to be hard for us, Captain, but nothing we can't handle as a team. So we had a bit of a wind pushing us that way, rocking some moderate turbulence. Everyone in the back is moving up and down. No food service anymore. I'm going to arm our brakes for us. Can we slow down, Captain? Can you reach over and lift this one up and drop it again? And then remember, we need to slow down to 190.
Oh, yeah.
Very nice, Captain. All right, so I've got a weather radar. It's not looking good here, so we should probably turn around and try and find a runway to land on. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Sound good? Okay, I'm going to slow us down to 170 and bring your lights on. You're going to turn around to the left, and because you can't see anything outside, you're going to have to look in here, Captain. So turn left, look at this bottom triangle. Turn that way. That's it, look here. Stop when it gets close to this big line here. Very nice.
Whoa, I see this.
Yeah, so you can see a little bit, can't you? Not much, but you can definitely see a little bit. What do you reckon? Should we get some, should we make sure the passengers are sitting down if we're in this big storm? Probably a good idea to bring that down. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Yep, go on then, bring that down. That's it. I was in the autos, so yep, we'll bring it down. That way they can behave themselves. Let's turn a little bit more, Captain. So turn left a little bit more and get this triangle nice and close to that big line. That's it. So it doesn't matter what's going on outside because we still know where we are and we know what's happening with the plane. Doesn't matter really what's going on outside there.
Can see.
Yeah, you can see. You can't see much, but you can see a little bit, can't you? And that's perfect there. Stop there. Nicely done,
Can
mate.
you do a snowstorm in the morning too?
Yeah. Well, I can make it daytime again, but let's focus on landing, Ishan, because we're getting a little bit closer. I've always found, in my experience as a pilot, wheels are useful for landing on. So do you want to reach over and get some wheels to land on?
Yeah.
Good idea, Captain.
Down.
All right, so let's slow down to 160 for me. Thank you, Captain.
100.
Perfect. Okay, and I'm going to zoom you in. We're going to look at this screen, remember? And now that we're a little bit closer, we're going to get where this is where you're going to be in 10 seconds time, and you're going to turn to the right and put that onto where the runway is, which is this line here. Well, that's an extension. So see how it's to the left here? Can you see that, Captain? Bring it to the right so it's on this white dotted line. So turn right, nice and slowly. Very nice, perfect. And that's perfect, see that? See how they're right close together?
Yeah.
And now you're just waiting for that white dotted line to be at your up and down, and then you'll be perfectly lined up with the runway.
I can see the moon.
Yeah, I think that's it. It's a very low moon, isn't it? It's 10 p.m. at night. Okay, Captain, looking here, we need to turn right to get a little bit more. See how that's not quite on the white dotted line there? So keep turning right. And that's better, perfect, nice. Okay, and we can just see the lights just to the right and below the moon there. Can you see the red, almost red lights there?
Yeah.
That's the runway. So we're a little bit far away, but if you turn to the left just a little bit to get those triangles lined up, turn that way. Perfect, and you're perfectly in line with the runway. See where the runway is outside? Find a spot here and keep it there. That's it. Very, very nice. I'm going to set your landing speed for you, Captain, and put your hand on the controls because you're going to have to figure out whether you're to the left or to the right of where the runway is. Have you got it spotted, Captain? The orange lights just below the runway.
Yeah.
That's what you're heading for. The only difference between this and the first one is instead of giving yourself full power when you're on the runway, reach over, look down here, Ishan, and you're going to reach over and gently pull these ones back. Cool. All right. So our brakes are armed, you're at the right speed, you're looking like you're at the perfect height. Do you think the runway's a little bit to the left of where your finger is? That's it. Nice slow turn like that is perfect. And now you're back in line, turn back to the right. Keep turning right. Very impressive, Ishan. That's enough? Or do you think it's enough? I'm sorry, I'm not backseat piloting here. You're bringing us in for a nice smooth landing. Yeah, that's the right thing. Turning left was perfect. Well done. All right, Ishan, listening for 200, and then you're going to push this button while I push this button. So not until you hear 200. If you turn the flash off, it'll work a lot better.
500.
All right, I think you need to pull towards you a little bit. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Pull towards you a little bit. That's it.
300.
Perfect. All right, when you hear 200, Ishan, push this button.
200.
Nice.
What was that for?
It turns off the auto throttle. Now you can bring the power down, or this all the way down. Not quite yet, Ishan. Just wait for it to land.
40. 30. 20.
Very impressive. Nicely done, Ishan. So now you can reach nice and gently. Very impressive. Now it's my job to steer with my feet here, Ishan. So I'm just putting a little bit of the right foot pedal in. And congratulations, New York in a snowstorm at night time on your second ever landing. Congratulations.
Can we do the snows?
Ishan, bring these down. Well, what I was thinking is we absolutely could do the snowstorm in the morning, but if you wanted to, I mean, if you're good enough to do a snowstorm in New York, you might be good enough to do an electrical thunderstorm into Kai Tak, and that's when things get real interesting. Does that sound like a plan? Okay, what we're going to do is you're going to take a nice breather, so take a seat, relax a little bit, and we'll, if you all close your eyes and wish like magic, we'll head over to Hong Kong as soon as I clear this snow, because we don't want the snow following us over there. There we go. And
I know not.
it's Captain Ishan's plane. I don't think the backseat pilot over there should be telling him what to do. Okay, mate. So how was that? Did that make sense? Everything you did, you managed to really nicely line yourself up. You couldn't see outside always, so when you couldn't see outside, you lined yourself up using this. Did you have fun?
Yeah.
Awesome. So if you're having lots of fun just using this, we can just keep doing that. You can use the autopilot if you wanted to see how that works, but I think you're having a good time hand flying. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Okay, so really quickly, let me set this up for us in Hong Kong, and then we'll go flying. So we are, Captain Ishan, we are at the current international Hong Kong airport. So if you and your family bought a ticket to Hong Kong tomorrow, this is where they would take you. Now we're going to take off from this new Hong Kong airport and fly directly into the old Hong Kong airport. So this flight can happen pretty quickly. What we can do, instead of climbing up to 3,000 feet like you did in the first place, we're only going to climb up to 2,000 feet. And that way things happen a little bit slower. But apart from that, everything else is going to be the same. So does that sound good?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so we're just going to...
There's like little levers on there.
Yeah. So
Are you allowed to move those?
yeah. Well, which one are you after?
This
So this one, they're
number one.
yeah, they're numbers. That's because this type of plane does lots of flights in one day. And I don't know if you've noticed, but on every time you've been on a flight, there's been a different number. Whether it's been with Qantas, it might be QF001 or you know, all those things. Because we do different numbers, that's when we make our radio calls. That's the number we use. So we put the number in there so we don't forget. And that's the only reason why we have it there. And then on this side, that controls these wheels that you were talking about. So if you push that down or up, there you go. But I'm going to do that for us today. But that's what that button does. And then this button here turns off the autopilot. And that's, yeah, they're the buttons how they work. Make sense? Yeah. Should we go flying again then?
Yeah.
All right, why don't we do it? So I'll do that to make sure they're behaving themselves. Push on this parking brake first. Oh, do you want to sit down? Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
All good? Yep.
Yeah.
Having fun. Put your feet on here. I can bring you one more forward if you need. There we go. Okay, whenever you're ready, Captain Ishan, full power.
Pow.
Very nice. All right, remember, I'm going to steer with my feet while we're on the ground, and as soon as we take off, as soon as I say rotate, you're going to pull towards you, and it's going to be all you. Good luck, Captain Ishan.
Are those lines on the runway so the
That we know with a center line? Yep, so I'm just trying to keep...
so we don't accidentally go onto the ground.
That's just something to keep in line with. Yep, so pull towards you, Ishan. And we're flying. Very nice. All right, hands up. Let's get the... Do you want me to get the landing gear up for you?
Yeah.
Gear up, you'll hear that go up. And remember, we're going to lower... Remember, push the nose down so we get some speed. So push down and get that dot on this line here.
Is it the big one?
The big one, exactly, yep. So you have to push quite hard. There we go, nice. And then you can let go when you get there. Very nice, Captain. All right, this one happens quickly. I did say that, right? Do you hear that noise? Do you remember what it means?
Yeah.
What does it mean?
I can't.
No, it's fine. It means we can stop our takeoff. So all we have to do now is push forward. So push forward until you can see the horizon. That's it. Can you see?
Yeah.
Welcome to Hong Kong, guys. So what we're going to do is do a very small turn right and get that purple line at your up and down, your 12 o'clock. So turn that way.
Oh.
That's it. Nice. That's enough. Stop. Yeah, only because now it moves nice and slowly. See that? And now you can just be patient, and you're going to try and turn back to the left when that's close to your straight up and down. Does that make sense?
And under this panel, there's like this button. What is that for?
Yeah. Just turn left now to get those triangles together. Turn left. That way.
There.
That's it. Keep turning until they're together. Keep turning a bit more. That's enough? Perfect. This is a little bit complicated, but Ishan, can you see this thing here? It says before takeoff. These are what's called, have you ever heard of a checklist?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're called checklists. So what we do in airline situations is we do the job that needs to be done, and then we use checklists to make sure we don't forget anything. So once we've done the before takeoff checklist, move this down to the next one, and then that's the next stage of the flight, so you don't forget. Make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, I'm going to do your after takeoff checks for you, Captain, but welcome to Hong Kong. Have you ever been here before?
No.
Please let me be your tour guide then. So, can you see that land out that way? That's called Hong Kong Island. It's a very sort of Western society, lots of big buildings and shops and that sort of thing. Where we're going though is called Kowloon. It's the China side, and when you do get to go, it's great markets, great food, you'll love it. But we have to descend down on top of their houses. Now the reason we have to do that is because there's a big mountain there that we can't make over the top of. So you're going to sneak into the right of that mountain, descend as if you were lined up, and then when you're low enough to land, you have to do a big right turn, and the runway will be actually off that direction. So you had about 10 miles to line yourself up in New York. You have about 800 meters to do it here. So it's certainly challenging, but nothing you can't handle. What I'd suggest, Captain, is not so much of a turn, but turn left, so we stop the turn. But let's leave this one nice and daylight so you know what you're getting yourself into. And then the next one, we could maybe do it at night time in a thunderstorm or in the morning in a thunderstorm, whatever you would like. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
How,
I want to do a thunderstorm and a snowstorm.
well, you've done the snowstorm. You can't, the snowstorm is a snowstorm and the thunderstorm is a thunderstorm, so we can't have both, but we'll do the thunderstorm this time. Does that sound good? Cool. Okay, so we needed to start descending, Captain, so can you push forward so you can see outside? And I'll get your landing gear out and down, and that's enough of a push, perfect. Bring your lights on, down, down, and then 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, and I'll do this one for you. Nicely done, Captain. Looking outside, see that big mountain to your left? We want to be on the right side of that mountain, but we want to be as close as we can to it. So this where you are right now is really nice, but you're controlling the plane, and you might be too far away, but can you see how we're already lower than these big buildings here?
Yeah.
Already lower than the buildings up on the mountain there as well, and we still have to descend down even more than we already are. So we're getting crazy low, and this is what they had to do for 30 years. 30 years this is the way they flew into a country. Pretty crazy, but I'm going to get you to pull towards you so we don't get too low. That's it, very nice, Captain. And can you see the grey strip that goes off in that direction?
No.
Over the water there? It's absolutely fine, I'll give you directions. Squeeze it to the right just a tiny bit. Just turn right, and that's enough there. Stop there. Alright, looking outside here, Ishan, can you see some flashing strobe lights that come up and to the right through some trees? It's absolutely fine if you can't see it. Turn right a little bit more now.
500.
Keep turning, keep turning. Keep going. Can you see some flashing lights yet?
Yeah.
Keep the plane, wherever you're keeping that runway, keep the lights on there.
100.
So I think you have to turn right a little bit. What do you reckon? That's it. Can you see the runway now?
Yeah.
Look out my window, Ishan. That's how low they used to get to these buildings. Pretty crazy, right? Awesome. All right, so when the runway, keep turning until the runway is where your finger is, and then you want to start doing a left turn to keep the runway where your finger is. Does that sound good? Okay, so start turning left. Turn left, Ishan. Turn that way. That's it. Perfect. Very impressive. Just keep turning left, Ishan. That is so impressive. Well done, man. Keep turning left. Keep turning just a little bit more. A little bit more. Awesome. And now can I tell you turning the other way? So turn to the right now. That's it. Absolutely perfect. Just keep that right turn going. On the runway, first ever time into the hardest approach in aviation history. Congratulations, Captain Ishan. Now we'll take off again. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
You done, or do you want to take off again?
I'm done.
Take off again. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah, go on then. Your job, Captain. All the way forwards with your right hand. Captain, this one here. Just push it all the way forwards. That's it. And now you can start gently pulling towards you. That's it, nice and gently. Not too much, that's it. Perfect. Captain Ishan, very impressive. Let's do an airline takeoff this time. Show you how much more you've been doing than what the airlines do. So, push this CMD button. Just, yep, let go of the controls. I'll get the landing gear up. That's it. Can you hit this heading select button? This one here. Nice. Yep. Push the button in, that's it. And then make this say 230. Very impressive, Captain. So now, you just put the autopilot on. A little bit easier than what you've been doing, right? So now all you'd have to do to turn it...
Flying a thunderstorm.
Yeah, of course. Before we do though, Captain, move this to the right, big wax to the right, so it says 280. Not the bottom one, not the bottom one, this bit here. 280, yeah. 280, so keep going right until it says 280. You're just moving that purple line over. This one here, just move it so it says to the 280. Oh, no, so what we've done, Ishan, is put the autopilot on. So let go of the controls, and you putting the purple line down here means the autopilot's going to chase it. It's just going to go there straight away. So now you can turn, you can let your passengers out. I'll bring the seat belt out. I'll bring the seat out a little bit. There we go. You can get the passengers up. This one here. That's it. One more. This one more to the off position, and they can smoke as well if they like. Well, if you, I don't want to smoke. Do you want to smoke?
No.
No, it's gross, isn't it? So bring that down, I'd say.
No smoking.
One more down, so that's in the auto position. That's it. Better.
Nice.
Okay, so the hardest thing you can do in here is to do a nighttime thunderstorm with turbulence and a wind pushing you around, coming in to the hardest approach in aviation history. Is that what you would like to do?
Can I do it in morning?
Yeah, absolutely. So what we'll do is we'll make it morning first.
Can we do it in sunrise as well if we want?
Well, we can do this the start of a sunrise or the end of a sunrise.
Start.
Sure. So we're heading west, so the sun will actually be behind us because we're heading almost exactly west at the moment, but it'll be not a pretty flat light. You won't be able to see too much, but then we'll add in the thunderstorm too. There you go. See, the city's all lit up by the sun. You can see that, but you can't see any islands or anything out that way. Okay, so adding in the thunderstorm now, Captain. Good luck. All right, so not much you can see looking out the front of the window there, is there? Doesn't matter though, because that's not how we fly. So, to turn off the autopilot, because it's got an autopilot at the moment, push that button in with your finger. That's it, push it in hard. That's it. There, push it in again. Yeah, I'll push it for you. You just have to push it with your thumb. There you go, just like that. That means the autopilot is now off. First thing we want to do is descend. So because you can't...
These little controls.
We'll go into that in a little bit. But first thing we need to do is work out this thunderstorm, Ishan. So you can't see anything outside, so you have to use this screen here. So can you push and get the dot on the horizon? Push forward. You can use this little bit here if it helps. Get it on the horizon. And look at that, now we're descending. Nicely done, Captain. Okay, I'm going to arm our brakes for us, so we stop on the runway, slow you down. If you can...
I can see the controls.
we can see a little bit now, can't we? But the runway is over here, Ishan.
Yeah.
So it means we have to turn to the right to get there. That's it. Nicely done, Ishan. You okay?
Yeah.
Going well? That's a nice turn. Stop there. Perfect. Whoa. This lightning strikes are getting close. Okay, should we keep slowing down?
Yeah.
All right, I'll bring the flaps to 5. Can you make this say 170 to the left? Nicely done, Captain.
Yeah. 170.
Okay, turn that way. Make it so you can't really see much outside, so you'll have to use the triangles in here. Turn left so they're together. That's it, very nice. Nice, Ishan. You've picked it up. It only took you an hour and you know how to fly the plane. Wheels are next, so out and down. That's it. Lights, because we're in a thunderstorm. Down, down. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Very nice. 2,500 means we're 2,500 feet above the ground, which is exactly where we want to be. Oh, and we can see a little bit more. See that? So we're still in a bit of a cloud. Oh, there we go. So let's...
Go a bit down.
We're doing... Yeah, no, we're actually at the perfect height here. I'd start a very gentle turn to the right. That's it. So that's perfect.
I see a bit of lightning over there.
See a bit of...
Lightning.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to avoid. So that's this bit here, Ishan. So if we turn to the right now, that's it. Keep turning. Keep turning. Yeah, that's it. Make them throw up in the back. Why not? Keep turning right.
Yeah.
Just because we need to be on the inside of the mountain. Very nice. Okay, can you see that mountain out the window there?
Yeah.
Just as long as we're on the right side of that, we're okay. We just don't want to be on the left side of it, if that makes sense. I'd say that's perfect. What do you reckon? Enough of a turn? And then, now that we're on the right side of the mountain, you can turn left and make the horizon level. So we want to stop turning. So to stop turning, we're going to turn which way?
Left.
Exactly right. Go for it, Captain. Perfect. That's enough. Oh, now we're in a left turn. What do you reckon, Ishan? Are we going to hit that mountain, do you think?
Yeah.
The one out the window, look out the front.
Yeah.
We've lost our concentration a bit here, I think. All right, so we're going to go... All right, so what we're going to do here is slow down to our landing speed. So can you put this to 152? Perfect. So now we're slowing down to our landing speed. And can you see out the window?
Yeah.
The light's coming up a little bit. We've got some lightning strikes going on as well. And we're going to... Oh, sorry, that's my bad. Can you see out the window here? Can you see the flashing lights out there? It's okay if you can't see them yet.
I can see
Yep.
little
So-
bright lights.
Yeah, try and keep the plane on top of those lights and they're going to guide you onto the runway. Sound like a good plan? So your brakes are armed, you're all ready to rock and roll. Last thing you have to do and then you get to go enjoy your weekend. See those flashing lights?
Yeah.
Which way are they going?
That way.
And legs there, perfect. That's enough, I'd say stop there. Look out my window, Ishan. That's what they saw as a passenger. They just see people hanging up their washing there. Pretty crazy, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Can you push this button in? Stop the auto throttle. Nice.
Oh, it's turn.
200.
Yeah, very nice, Captain.
Bit of that.
Perfect.
Great.
I'd say maybe do a right turn because the runway goes off in that direction a little bit. That's it. That's enough. That's enough there. Stop turning. Bring the power down. All the way back the other way. That's it.
40.
When your wheels hit the ground.
20. 10.
Another perfect landing, Ishan. Bring them back nice and gently. Very, very impressive, Captain. I reckon you'll be a future pilot yet. All right, so we need to get this plane off the runway now. So can you see that little quarter wheel you've got on the left there? The black thing? Can you, when we get just a little bit closer, can you bring that down? That quarter wheel there on the left, see that thing?
Yeah.
Bring it down. That's it.
It's used to turn.
Yeah, it's used to turn left, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's it, so keep pulling it.
Is that from the nose wheel line?
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, very impressive. All right, now we can wait until we come to a complete stop. Parking brake on, Captain. All of your lights, all of these ones, all the way up. These three as well. And fasten seatbelt sign all the way up. Let them grab their bags. So that's in the auto position. You need to bring it up one more time and then they can grab their bags. Oh, that's it. And the rest of your lights, can you reach these two? And I'll grab these ones. Oops, sorry. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Yep. Ooh. We're okay. All right, Captain Ishan, that is how you fly Boeing 737s. Congratulations, man. How'd you find it?
Good.
Was it okay? Any questions?
No.
Awesome. All right, that headset, you can take it off. I can tell it's been annoying you. Put on that hook up there. That's it, and we'll go. Congratulations. So let me get you out of here. Just stay there just for a second. I'll open the door for us once I just stop this video. And then we'll go get some fresh air.